Hello, and thank you for tuning into the pod of Born to Be a Star. It is Tuesday, another day and another opportunity for you to recognize your star power. Anything you do is possible. You just have to put your mind to it and you have to focus on it and you can do it. Why say you can't when you don't know if you can? Stop thinking you can't figure things out if you didn't even try. Stop thinking that you're a failure. Stop thinking that you can't accomplish things. So what? That job that you tried and you hated it, so what? Find something you like. So what? You went to school and you majored in something and now you're just like, do I really want to find a job in this? Change your mind and do something different. You have the opportunity to design your life whatever way you want to. Granted, you want to make sure you don't take forever to figure that part out, but maybe you'll win the lottery. Maybe you can use your talent as a vocal and you could do podcasts. Maybe you can work in a different kind of atmosphere, solely customer service. Maybe things don't have to just be the same. Maybe you can change your mind and do whatever you want. Maybe this is your life and that's it. Maybe you don't owe anyone any explanation about anything. Maybe there's that. Anyways, next part of this conversation. As we know, let's talk about no media allowed, no media allowed, no media allowed. 'Cause they lie to us anyway. Joe Biden is really just failing at being a president. His speaker woman, Jen, whatever her face is leaving to go to CNBC. If that doesn't tell you the situation, I don't know what will. The Democrats are getting nervous and scared, so they're willing to just lose any actual gain and build back better, and they're willing to take whatever Joe Manchin will allow them to do. They've just pushed themselves into a wall here, and I don't see any good outcome. Like, they extended student loan forgiveness because student loans should be forgiven completely, like 100%. All the other people that need their student loans forgiven, it should be washed away. Like, remove the balances for everybody. That's what should happen. And then until they make that decision, I say we all, all of us that still owe student loans, fight back to whatever extent we can fight back. I say we don't just accept the government not helping us, but helping other things. Because it's all fun and good when the government wants to talk about helping a country in need. But then they don't want to discuss helping their own citizens in need, like Americans. I'm talking about Americans that own student loans. I'm not talking about another country. I'm talking about Americans. So let's not try to go away from what I just said. What are you going to do about student loan forgiveness in the United States, Biden? Nothing, right? Okay, you're just going to keep prolonging that? Great. What are you going to do about the high gas prices? That really, there's no difference. Great. What are you going to do about the problem with shipping? What? Nothing, right? Great. What are you going to do? You keep talking about all these ideas, and you're so excited about getting Judge Ketanji on the Supreme Court, but it took way too long to do that, and you said way too many things that didn't make sense. She's a brilliant, remarkable woman, and it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that she's black. She's brilliant and remarkable. That's just an added feature and just a wonderful part of it all. We can look at each other without seeing color, right? Because as I've said to you before, I don't see color when I look at people. I see them and I see their personality and I see that aspect. I'm tired of us not having that anymore, right? It's just I'm orange, I'm green, I'm yellow, and I'm gonna go sit with all the yellow people, and I'm gonna talk, and only yellow people can say this about the sun. Like, do you see what I just did? Like, that's kind of how it feels. Like, no. It just never ends. It's just one thing after another. It never ends. And it's questionable, right? But no one wants to hold Biden accountable. If it wasn't one thing that his secretary left, the person that goes on TV and talks about what he's doing, she left. That's supposed to be like his right-hand person. If that person left the party, I mean, what's next? Are you really going to rely on elderly Nancy Pelosi to do anything? These people aren't cognitive. They're too old to be understanding what's happening. And it's kind of embarrassing that he is walking in circles when Obama comes in, and he has the audacity to say that Obama's wife was vice president. He just did that. Like, then he got lost when he got off of a plane and walked in the bushes at the White House. He doesn't know he's supposed to go to the front door. This is the president of the United States of America. How can you not laugh? How can you not just be questioning all of this? Like, what the hell is wrong with you people? This is who you elected as the president? He doesn't even know what day it is. He's getting confused about holidays. He doesn't know where he is. He's lost. When they give him a microphone, he stutters, and he sounds like, I don't know what he sounds like. He sounds like he's impaired, like something's disconnected. It's very bizarre, and seriously, we have to hold him accountable and everybody else. Nancy Pelosi's not on anybody's side but her own. Chuck Schumer, I mean, he probably needs to retire soon. AOC, I don't really want to hear anything more about her. Like, what is she actually doing where she represents? Nothing. If you look at what she's doing, she's a lot of talk and a lot of Instagram lives. What does that mean? That's not actual legislation. That's just you yakking. Like, what are you doing on the ground here? Because not everybody is falling in line with what your narrative is. Your narrative can't be, we need to give away everything to everybody that needs help. Everybody, anyways, the media is owned by these people that are oligarchs, and the oligarchs run the politicians. And it's just more propaganda, as me and Skip like to say. Propaganda. They'll use anything, any situation to lure you from reality and lie to you. Because lying is easy to these people. They don't care about you. They don't care about your taxes. I saw a commercial for someone running against the governor where I live at, and their marketing is that they're going to lower the taxes because the taxes are too high. First of all, we live on the East Coast, and the taxes are always high where we live in the state I live in. That's what the state's known for, honestly. So, like, lying and saying you're going to lower the taxes, like, you're not going to lower the taxes. Like, you're not. Like, the state I live in, they spend money on ridiculous things that don't make any sense. Can I bring up the fact that they put a baseball field in a dead city? Like, there's no movement in the city. It's dead. All the real companies that existed in the city left already. Like, it's like the city of Walking Dead. It feels like that when you're there. It feels like it's just dying. It just steadily dies more every day. So it was a smart idea to put a baseball field. Then they said they're going to build up like houses and stuff in that area. No one wants to live there, man. Who is your target audience that you're projecting this ridiculousness to? That's just the state I live. I can only imagine the other states. Like, there's Democratic California, who does a lot of insanity there with their lunatic of a governor. Like, there's a lot of problems here. And then they want to lie on TV and tell you that they're going to lower taxes and they're going to help you out where you live. They're going to do anything where you live. If you make a certain amount of money, or if you're college educated, they're going to overtax you and punish you. That's what they're going to do. And then they're going to lie about it. That's what's happening here. There's no fairness in any of this. So just be fully aware of that. Biden's just a bad pick, and we're stuck with him. And guess what, everybody? It's only 2022. So there's far longer we have to tolerate this insanity. It's not over. It's just begun, basically. Anyways, Biden's a failure, and gas prices suck, and shopping sucks, and everything sucks. Travel sucks, and then again, Biden sucks. Thanks for tuning in to this Tuesday version of No Media Allowed. Don't forget that media sucks too, because all they do is make up stuff and use propaganda to entice you to watch them. So boycott them like I have and listen to the truth. Follow voices and people that aren't lying to you. You're not going to find them on TV, but you'll definitely find them in a podcast somewhere. So I appreciate it if you look for them. Just saying. Anyways, moving on to the next part of our conversation, since we're talking about the state I live in, can we talk about this idea of buses? They have this expensive bus called Fast Track where I live, and I'm trying to figure out how they thought it was smart from the build an entire different bus line for a small group of people from like one or two towns. It doesn't make any sense to me. I would need somebody to explain it to me. Granted, it's been COVID for like 2 years, right? Great. I've seen empty buses. I'm not seeing a lot of people waiting for the buses, and it just feels like this was a waste of money. And it just feels like no one's being held accountable for the waste of money, and it feels like people don't make a lot of smart decisions. I don't get it. Like, what's going on, man? Like, seriously. Anyways, do you think buses are useful in 2022? Like, honestly, if I didn't have a car, I'd be using Uber. Or if I didn't have a car, I'd be figuring out how to get one. Like, what are we talking about? Are buses popular? Because I don't think they are. I don't know. What do you think? How are the buses where you live? Next part of our conversation, is there a difference with corrupt people? When it comes to corruptedness and selfishness and deceitful lies and the denying of reality, because a lot of people do that, especially people in power, I don't think there's a difference in corrupt behavior or corrupt intentions. I think it's all the same thing. I think we have to hold these people accountable. I think it's up to us to understand everything we're dealing with, and it's up to us to acknowledge what's actually happening. I think we have to have the mindset not to just fall victim to things. Instead, we have to have the mindset to interrupt their messaging. We have to have the mindset to not allow them to get away with stuff. Like what happened with Will Smith at that award show was horrible. That's just one recent example, and it didn't happen that long ago. What happened with Biden saying on national feed to the world that Putin shouldn't be in control, that's another example. That's corruptedness, because they're trying to change the narrative of the story and use it to their benefit to claim that the reason why the United States is going through whatever they're going through is because of Russia. No, the United States is going through whatever is happening because Biden doesn't know how to count. That's why. It doesn't have anything to do with anything outside of what I just said. They can't do math. There needs to be a conservative mindset. You can't just give everything away from people, and you can't want to do all these things because there's going to be a backlash of it. And the backlash is what's happening. Things are going to get very worse. The corruptedness in the United States of America is really bad, but it's not just the United States of America. It's everywhere, all day, all the time. And when you see somebody doing what I just said, you got to just discontinue talking to them and just keep moving on with your life, because they're not worthy of your time. Corrupt actions and lying and stealing and thieving and taking advantage of a community and people for your own benefit, for your own pocket, so you could have a hot tub at your house, or you could buy a big mansion, or you could do whatever you want. If that's what you're doing, because that's typically what politicians do, in the end, you're going to end up losing. Next part of our conversation, is narcissistic behavior bad? I don't think so. I think in some ways narcissism is necessary. Not in all ways, in some ways. I think it's okay to have confidence. I don't think it's okay to completely deny that people exist and it's only just solely you, because it's not realistic. But I think it's okay to Sorry, Skip was doing stuff. Skip, what are you doing? Skip, I'm podcasting. He's such a moron, bro. I think it's okay to have narcissistic behavior from time to time. And I'm probably saying that to you because I'm narcissistic 100%. I wouldn't say 100%, maybe like 70%. I know this is going to sound really fucked up, but I'm going to say it because it's my podcast, and you know the vibe here. Like I'm not faking anything on this podcast. I'm being 100% honest with you here because I don't have a reason to lie. You can't affect me or offend me or make me upset because in my mind you don't exist. If I'm around you and you're thinking you matter, you're probably in denial. The only people I care about is my family and Skip, which is my husband. Family is everything to me. And friendships are like family, so that kind of coincides with each other. If I don't know you and you're a stranger and you think you matter enough for me to get upset about you making a decision or saying something, then you got the wrong person. I'm kind of like not your normal girl. I don't want to say I'm heartless, but like, why would I give you any time of day? Why would you matter to me enough for me to get emotional and care about anything you're saying? See, you can't let people get any energy out of you. That's why I always say, don't let stupid people affect your day, man, because they're non-worthy of your time, of anything. So you know what? People are going to go out of their ways to try to get a reaction out of me. Good luck, buddy. And in that context, I definitely say I'm narcissistic. Because you're thinking that you're affecting me or you're going to get over on me. And that's not the case. I've been in the darkness before and I found the light. I am the light. So if you have that mindset and someone's trying to take you away from things you're going to do, no one can ever stop you. Because if you're the light, if you're the sun, if you're the mighty stars of all the stars in the universe, you will always be able to find your way in the darkness. And no one can stop you. So I say, let's go, narcissism. You don't always have to care about everything all the time. And not everybody is that important. You can have some, I care about you, but I still care about me too. Confidence is necessary. And narcissism sometimes comes with confidence. Next part of our conversation, unapologetic living. Meaning you're not looking for anyone's permission to live your life. You're not looking for your mom to okay what you're wearing. You're not looking for the pastor at church to tell you could think about sex. You're not doing that. You're living your life. You're living your life the way you want to. And you're not on social media looking for someone to like your picture. Like, can you imagine like people looking for other people to like their stuff? Granted, I understand you want people to listen to your stuff, but like the amount of time you could spend on social media waiting for people to like your stuff. Like when I first started the podcast, I had it on Facebook and I would be like all over Facebook trying to get people to listen to it or whatever. And at the beginning of that process, it was like so like stressful. But then as I got more familiar with the podcast, I just started to realize like people are going to listen to it if they want to. If they're not going to listen to it, then they don't have to. Like I don't want to be stressing out about this because I'm doing this for fun, not because like I have to do it. It's not mandatory. I do this every day because I like podcasting and I like the idea of podcasting. So honestly, don't let anyone stop you from living unapologetically. You can't be answering people's questions. You can't give people the power to rule over your life. It's not their life, it's your life. And unapologetic means you're nowhere near any way, shape, size, or form of apologizing for anything. And you shouldn't be apologizing for anything. Next part of our conversation. Apple Plus is a plus. It is a plus. They have so many amazing shows. After Party, Severance, The Servant, We Were, and a lot of other ones. There's a lot of amazing things in there. If you haven't gotten Apple Plus, you need to get it and you need to watch it. It's totally awesome. It's totally amazing. And you need to get it. Oh my God. It's very good. What's on Amazon? It looks like Amazon finally has new things at last. Are they good? I guess we're going to find out because I'm going to watch it and see. Why are they still doing award shows? I don't know how they're still popular in 2022. Don't people have better things to do with their time than watch award shows? Like, shouldn't they be watching all the other shows that exist? Or shouldn't they be watching series? Or shouldn't they be watching movies? Like, why are they watching reward shows? Why do we care enough about these actors to watch it? Granted, I like a good show. I'd like to say yay for Bruce Willis for being an amazing actor. Very sad with his diagnosis and just, keeping him in prayers. But outside of him and a bunch of others, why are we rewarding them for them to react the way Will Smith did? The fact that that actually happened on live TV for the world to see is just insane. And the only thing they gave him was 11 years away from the show. I mean, it should have been permanent. I mean, hopefully someone will come to their senses and he'll never be able to be allowed back to that. But if we're going to take time to recognize people, could we do it in like a chill way? Like, not that way? Like, I don't know, that it really turned me off. Like, I'm not into that stuff. Like, it just made me feel like, what am I looking at? Next part of our conversation, there's something about sci-fi that invites me to want more. There's something about sci-fi. When I started watching Severance, at first I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at. And then, like, as you start to watch it, it's all these different layers of science fiction, and I really like it. Like, it makes me want more. Like, it's very interesting, and it's very entertaining to watch it. For me, it's something where it's out of the ordinary. It doesn't make any sense. It's on a different plane. It's on a different level, and it's really entertaining. Kind of like it. I don't know. I feel like sci-fi it's not horror, but it's sci-fi. It's very good. It's questionable. It's like Resident Evil. Like, you're trying to figure out what was injected into them for them to be acting like that. I find it very entertaining. It's a lot of fun. And you're always trying to figure out how things are going to end when it comes to sci-fi. Typically, I'm right, but sometimes I don't get the endings of them. I still like looking at X-Files. Every now and again, I'll start watching a season of X-Files. I think that was an amazing show. I've watched it, the entire thing multiple times, and as someone that likes to binge watch things, that's definitely on the list of binge watching for sure. Next part of our conversation. Looks like HBO Max has new things coming. Looks like, what is the name of it? The robot show's returning. Westworld. And it looks like they have some new things coming on too. They had a lot of shorts recently that we liked. But I want to get back into like the actual shows now. So hopefully a lot of those will be returning. We're going to wait and we are going to see. Next part of our conversation, let's move into food. Can you air fry lobster? I mean, I guess you can. I'm assuming there's a recipe somewhere for it, or there's a video on YouTube somewhere. I think that would be really good. Cooking with mussels. I mean, if you're going to cook with mussels, it's going to have to be seafood related, and you're probably going to have to add other seafoods into it. But I do definitely think that it's got a distinct taste, and it's really good. So if you haven't tried mussels before, you definitely need to. Non-dairy milk. I can't drink dairy milk, so I drink almond milk. I just stopped drinking it for so long, and I was vegan for like 3 years, and now I can't drink it. Like, I tried, and it just makes me feel like I'm sick. How to cook with veggies only. You can do a lot of things with just cooking with veggies. Like, you can literally do a crock pot and fill it up with broccoli and or cauliflower and use the cauliflower like as wings and then put hot sauce all around it. Or you could air fry the cauliflower, then put hot sauce on it and make cauliflower wings. Or you could do a you know how they're always doing like one pan dishes um any night of the week. Well, you could do a veggie one pan dish with peppers and onions and maybe noodles, and maybe you make like a veggie sauce and put it on top of it. There's ways to eat more vegetables and eat less meat, or eat more vegetables and less bad things. We have to be eating smarter so we can live longer and stronger. Also, so that we are more energetic and we're living longer. Because bad eating is going to lead you to diabetes, and diabetes is going to lead you into an injection. And an injection, you're going to have to take that forever. It's not worth it. Don't do it to yourself. Eat more veggies. Add water to every meal. I know you're thinking, what? Yeah, you should be starting off your day with water, and you should be ending your day with water. You also should be having water when you're eating dinner. I don't know if you can have water when you're having lunch. It depends on if you're eating, in your office or if you work from home. Some people are lucky to work from home still, or some people are working in the office. Whatever your environment is, try to find a way to eat and drink water with it. Like have a cup of water, or have a water bottle full of water, just so you can drink that along with whatever else you're drinking during the day. Drinking water is going to prove to be the best part of your journey with your health. So definitely drink water. Or, if you don't like just regular water, put a lemon in it, put a lime in it, put some basil in it. There's a lot of different things you could do with water to make it taste different and to make it taste better. Why not do it, right? Anyways, guess what? That's the end of the podcast. Thank you for turning into this Tuesday pod of Born to Be a Star. I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Bye.